Testing, testing. Can y'all hear me good out there? Can you hear me good? Oh, let me turn me down.
Yeah, intro music.
Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? Another amazing week. Glorious day, y'all. We made it. We made it today. Today is another glorious day. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can't hear me in the chat, let me know. Paul is on here ready to troll like he does every week.
That's my dog, Paul.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
My bag. That's the wrong.
That's
wrong
my dog,
Paul.
Paul. I already
My bag, Paul. Oh, shout out to you, Paul.
Paul the Rider, man. He showed mad love.
Shout out to you, Paul. We got another Paul that trolling me every week, trolling my people. I'm so sorry. Shout out to you off the break before I even introduce my guest. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat right now. Hey, 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 Jen. What's up, Big Mama? Love y'all. Okay. Today we have on the couch. On the couch. I know I say this every week, and I've been doing this. I've been doing the show for about a year and a half now. Every week I say one of my favorite people, but it's like y'all really do be my favorite people, man.
We're a big family.
Hey, listen, we tend to attach to each other, and unite, and just you have your favorites. You got your favorites, and for real, you can't even really get on the couch if I don't know you like that. So many people be asking me, when you gonna let me be on your show? It's like, I don't even know what to ask you. I haven't had no experiences with you. Like, I don't even, we went shooting in the gym together. I don't know you like that, So, but today I got my man Terrence Green on the couch. I simply adore this dude. And not only do I simply adore this dude, I'm almost positive that every single person that's came in contact with you, except these hoes, like, love themselves some Terrence Green.
They love me too. The
hoes love you.
They just get a little angry too.
Love you. He is not only an amazing influencer, is what you guys call it. He's a very talented, just all around great guy, great person. Should I say? You agree?
Yeah, I would hope so. I agree. I agree. Based off the majority that I come into, I think they agree too.
I think you are one of the most selfless people in the game, because it's something that we had to do, or we want to do, or we choose to do. Way back in 2014 and 15, before everybody started becoming influencers, Terrence and I used to do all the videos together. It was me, you, Jahan, Tony Baker. Like, we go back, and we used to viral. I'm talking about pop, pop, pop. Throw out viral videos like way. I could not find that video of us in the car for nothing.
With Gigi.
With Gigi.
I
looked for that video to post.
Found that, John.
Man.
All our old heat, I keep all our old heat.
Man, I can't. Make sure you post this.
That's like better than a lot of the new stuff.
Yeah, no, the new stuff ain't nothing but them trying to ride off of our old stuff and remix it, and it's just a mess. But I just remember Terrence opening up his home so we could shoot every Thursday. You knew to be there every Thursday at whatever time if you wanted to shoot.
Even if I wasn't home, they was like,
Terrence hated it.
We need that key.
He had bought this little puppy. I remember you bought this little dog.
Nah, it was just to me at that time, I was trying to transition from dancing into acting. So I needed a way to showcase like what I could do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I knew the way wasn't running around and saying, yo, I can act. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just put some stuff out that I think is like TV material. And then maybe I can, get signed and become an actor or something like that. It worked.
I was gonna say, that's what somebody that signed and became an actor. Maybe I can sign. So you're saying 70 videos has done it?
No, I mean way more than that. That was just the seed that I planted. That way I can network, I can get the experience because I couldn't afford acting school at the time. You know what I mean? And I didn't have no experience filming, talking. It was all dance. So I've been on set a lot of times, but I'd just be standing there, so I would watch them. But then they'd be like, you go dance. So I can never speak. It was always just, you know what I mean? So
that's what people may or may not know about you is you are a professional dancer.
yeah, get it popping.
Tell us some of your experiences just dancing. I mean,
man,
and where it started and how. And
started in PA, little town called York, PA. So, you know what I mean, popped off. My homeboy said women like dudes who dance. And I was like, yeah, right. So it was a dare. Because I was a clown. Like, you know, I'm a clown. So I was like, I got something for you, bro. Let's hit the club next week. Teach me a dance. And I'm going to pop that thing in the club. Because I was the dude, when dudes would, like, dance, I would jump in and, like, make fun of them. I'd mess up the vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I'd jump in like, ooh, y'all can, ooh, right? And low-key, now that I look back, I think I wished I could do it. You know what I mean?
Low-key,
so I was
you wanted to be one of them.
I wanted to be
That's
one.
That's what most haters do, though.
You know
they
what I mean?
low-key want to be.
So he told me, he was like, yo, I could teach you a dance. I was like, yo, teach me a dance. I want to learn it, right? Taught me his dance, low-key. I picked it up, you know? So the next week in the club, I'm in there focused. I'm locked in. All I'm worried about is when that song come on. Because, you know, at that time, you couldn't request it. You had to wait for it to drop. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting. I'm like, when this song come on, we hit it. They loved it. Everybody liked it. Even booked a gig that night.
Wait a minute. So, question.
Yeah.
Can anybody dance?
Nah, I'm blessed.
Okay. So
I worked hard, though. It wasn't like I just was like, okay,
that's what I was wondering, because I was like, the way you was like, my friend taught me, like, could anybody teach anyone to dance?
I believe anyone, yes.
So you believe anyone can dance?
I believe anyone can dance, yes.
Okay, if they was taught.
Honestly, it's more of an expression. That's what most people think. You got to be nice. Like, you got to know how to wave perfectly and all that. Dancing is just expressing yourself.
It's just like everything else. You just got to be free with it.
Yeah, you got to be free with it, confident, love yourself, and love what you're doing at the time, and it reads. And I think that's what blessed me in my dance, because as hard as I worked, I wasn't as good as a lot of the top-tier world touring ones, but I excelled because on stage, people connected with me. People always felt something I was trying to give and something like that, so they would always be like, if you just keep, you know what I mean? Because they would always see something. If you just...
It's just all, it was more so heart and passion, not just...
Not
talent.
just skill, you know what I mean? So they would always cash, and I think that's what inspired me to keep going, because I never got to do like the major world tours or the major award shows, but I got to open up for like Drake. I got to go on the road, but I got to be like the almost like opening act, you know, never headline, or I wanted an award show. I wanted the BET Awards, Source Awards, Hip Hop Awards.
You did all those?
I didn't do none of them.
Okay.
But
okay, like
I got Country Music Awards under
my
belt.
It's
you know what I mean? I was one of 2 black people there. You want to know the other one? Lionel Richie. And I didn't even know who that was at the time. We walked by each other. He spoke to me because he was just happy to see another black guy. Like we was cracking up. But it's like, it always gave me a taste of what I was trying to aim for. And that's why I always kept pushing. And that's what kept me in and got me on America's Best Dance Crew. Like one of the biggest dance shows in the world.
Because, I mean, what people may or may not know, you be dancing your butt off. I mean, I used to be like that, Terrence. I mean, he just do all types of stuff. And I just be like, how do you even know how to get your feet to twist like that and this and that? Could you imagine let's back up to when you first moved to Los Angeles. Whew. Because this is what the Joncea show is about. It's about just, you know, I feel like when I moved here, I needed a lot. I needed a lot of help. It was just a lot. And I wanted to tell my story to people who are watching. Because now I'm going on 10 years, but in the beginning, especially, I wanted to be transparent with the people that loved me so they wouldn't look at me like you're stupid, bum, bugaboo type person, which I may have been in all their opinions and everything like that. But I really created a Joncea show, and the movie that I'm about to do called Light Workers. I'm working on a movie called Light Workers, which I would love for you to be on. The purpose of this was just so they could see that it wasn't just me in the same spot. We are kind of the same, but different. Man. You know what I'm saying? So tell me how it was just transitioning from where you moved, and tell us a little bit about Terrence.
So the move to LA was actually like my second restart. So I went to Atlanta first.
Okay.
That's where I started dancing, and that's where my like industry experience was. I had 9 to 5 and all that. So I built a dance career that was pretty good, and it took some years, and it got to where I was a working dancer in ATL. I got on America's Best Dance Crew and got my first trip out here. Now, being in LA is like a childhood dream. Like, I was a Kobe fan since a kid.
Really?
I'm like Lakers. I've never been out here, never really seen the palm trees, like never been to the West Coast. So it was bigger than just me going out here to do this show. So when I saw it, I was just like, my head just was like mind blown. So I said, I'm coming. I'm out of here. Like, Atlanta's been cool. I figured it out. I gave everything away. My apartment, I was living really nice. 2-bed, 2-bath, gated community. And it was doing pretty good. Because in Atlanta, it was cheaper at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was doing fine. Came out here and literally had to start over. And we all hear about it. It's hard. But, like, there are those nights, numerous nights, 3, 4, 5 nights in a row. I'm showering at the gym. You know what I mean? I'm running into, comics, that are doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
And we get it, you know what I mean? Or I was lying to my mom a lot, you know what I mean? Saying, she's like, how you doing? You good? Yeah, I ate, And then it was I think it was like the 4th day I didn't eat. I didn't tell anybody. I hit my mom up to see if she could send me some bread. And she was like snapping on me. Like, and I told her, I was like, normally I wouldn't ask this, but it's my 4th day without eating. She's like, what? Like, you're losing it, you know what I mean? So the sacrifices and starting over was just a mind-boggling experience. But in my head, I took the leap of faith to go to ATL and figured it out then. I didn't know anybody, so I did the same thing here. You know what I mean? I just believed I could do it, and I feel like God gave me this weird gem in me to just accept my truth. So if I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. So even though I moved here, and my family looked at me and friends looked at me like, oh, you on now. And I'm like, I'm not. What am I on? What are you watching me on? Like, I'm just here.
The thing is, what I think it is, and why we always can, like, look like something, we're doing something to other places, is just because they're looking at what we're aiming for and maybe seeing a touch of it. But we're living this every single day, and it's like, I know right now I got $36 in my account, and I'm good with that, though. Like, I don't need anything. I only got $36 because I had to put 76 in my daggone car.
I had to make it work.
But what people don't know is this is a $1 billion process. Anything that comes with that amount of money takes some time. But when you said you had to wash up in the gym, man, I had to wash up in Ralph's grocery store.
Bruh.
And in that same grocery store, I would eat samples.
Bruh.
And I would do it live. Like, y'all, I'm eating samples. They just thought I was eating samples. No, nigga, that was how I was eating that day. Like, I stayed kind of hefty out here because I maneuvered a little bit different, and I could cook. So once you gave assistance of food stamps, as long as I found somebody that had a kitchen, like, I would come over your house and cook sometime, and you didn't even know I lived in my car.
I was cool with it because I didn't mind you cooking because I was eating bullshit too. So I was like, this teamwork. She gonna whip a meal.
Right.
I'm gonna sit there and let her whip it. Go ahead.
Terrence would call me like, Joncea, can you cook me something to eat?
I
like,
buy the food,
please. I buy any. What do you need me to buy?
I make 5 meals. I'm sick of these 5 meals.
Right.
You know, my mama called me the other day, right? And I didn't realize how it sounded, right? But I laugh at it now because she got so scared, right? She's like, how you doing? She's like, I was like, I'm tired. She's like, what you tired from? You had a long day? I said, nah, life. She's like, what's wrong? Like, she got real scared. Like, what you going? I was like, it's the same shit every day. Like, the food don't change. Like, and she twice my age. I know you tired. That's why I said,
like, Mom, you
ain't
like
over
it?
this? Like, you ain't over Earth? Ain't nothing else? Like, I was like, this place was different when I was a kid. Like,
it's because we had a different dream and we didn't have to support it when we were children. We had dreams, but they were like dreams to meet Barney and shit. And you meet him and bow.
I'm like, bro, this world is wild. But I mean, I've learned to embrace both sides of it, and I think that's where I make fun. Like, I have fun in it. Like, somebody told me that, like, I'm comfortable in chaos, and that's weird for me. And when they said it, I was like, damn, you kind of right.
Wow.
Like, in my most chaotic moments, I'm moonwalking.
But the reason why they look at it as chaos, we look at it as normal.
Because it's our reality. Like, we grew up in that.
This is what we have to do. Like, people don't understand. There is a process, and the virtue is in the struggle out here in LA. People don't grasp that. us washing in grocery stores and it's a million. I mean, us washing like in gyms and you see your homie and everybody taking showers. We ain't working out. We taking showers to put on nice, clean clothes to go look like we good. But that's a part of this dream.
Yeah.
This is what comes with it, and the virtue is in the struggle. I
This
mean,
is
think about how much more you appreciate once you do get something, or once once you do achieve what the first dream you were trying to achieve or whatever. Look at the difference in how you feel about it. So I mean, it's just something that comes with it, and I reach out to family and friends sometimes, and they just don't understand because they just watch me on TV. They don't know we record that 6 months before. We been ate that check.
that's over with.
Look,
That money gone.
by the time y'all seen that cooking show,
That
man,
money
that 5G's
gone.
been gone. Look, I
That
won.
money
I did
gone.
win. But that money been. But you don't know how to tell somebody. They don't understand that.
They just tell them.
They getting paid every 2 weeks. They don't.
They just be like, I ain't got it.
Yeah. They. Some people on it and some people don't. But let me ask you this: Who is your hero?
My mother.
That's one thing about you. I've always loved you. Love your mommy.
My mother is my.
Hey y'all, I used to text Terrence.
I text her right now
All
to
the
make sure she
time.
watching.
I used to be like, Terrence, did you and your mom sleeping together, like joking with him because I swear he would see his mom and it looked like they was tugging. Like one time, I was like,
What?
Terrence,
No,
Terrence.
I just kissed my mom on the mouth. I'm Puerto Rican. That's how we grew up.
Hey, let me tell y'all something.
Oh, you saw the crying video. That was the video she lost her mind when I popped up on her. She was
I
like, oh my
remember
God.
I know, I remember that. But
I forgot. I was like, what video you talking about?
No, Terrence loves.
Nah, that's
the
that's
way
my
he
dog,
loves his
bro.
mom. Like I love my mom too. I really do. But the way you love your mom is just so satisfying
It
if you
is.
actually
That's
watch it or you know him personally. He ain't talking about nothing without bringing his mom in the situation.
Because she's honestly my best friend.
Yeah.
Like it's like one thing I grew up is I've seen people have parents that are certain ways, and you just know that way. You know, like you see their parents, they're that way.
Mhm.
Like my mom don't have a way. She wears a million hats, like I'm sure other moms do. But like for me, she knew how to be my best friend. She knew how to be my mom. She knew how to be my doctor. She knew how to be my leader. She knew how to be a king. She knew how to be a queen. Like she carried all these hats and she wore them very well. Like when I say my best friend, like I can talk to her about anything and I won't feel like I'm on the phone with my mom. But the moment I say something where mom needs to come and maybe drop a gem or be like or anything like that, she'd be quick to say it like that.
She step into mommy mode.
Yeah, she step into mommy mode quick or give advice or something like that. Like my mom knows 5 languages and I just found this out. Cause when my mom's Rican from Puerto Rico and like when I grew up she barely knew English. So the whole time she's learning English, she's learning other stuff too. Like she just so much about this like woman that just blows my mind that when we went through the things we went through that made us closer. You know what I mean? Sleeping in a car, shelters, always on the run from the things that, you know, we grew up around that like our bond walking through blizzards of snow and PA and stuff like that, cross towns, you know what I mean? Like me and her we went through it and I never seen her crack. Like I know what my mom went through as an adult and I knew as a kid, you know what I mean? But like she never I lied. Sorry. I saw her crack twice, but she didn't know I saw her. She thought I was asleep, and I heard her crying.
Oh.
But it's like, she never, I mean, through the snow, through all the abuse, through everything she went through, she was like up, like Rocky, dog. Like, I've never met a woman like that in my life. So, like, I can't complain about what I experienced. And when I think back at her, I'm
Hence
like,
to see why you like this is nothing to you.
It can't be.
And your goal is to make sure your mom will never have to have any of those experiences.
Never again. And
Put
my
value
stepdad
to her
helps that.
name.
My stepdad is golden. This dude came in our lives out of nowhere and
Really?
just blessed both of us. My stepfather's like one of the best male figures in my life, dog. Complete stranger. I tried to hate him off rip. We joke about it all the time because all I know is my dad. You know what I mean? I wasn't that kid who's seen a lot of men in my life, so I didn't know no other man. I'm like, you're not my dad, bro. I don't know who you are. And the first thing he ever said was like, I'm not your dad. I'm not going to try to be your dad. I'm a grown man. I'm going to respect you like a man, and hopefully you respect me as a man, and then we can grow. That's the first time a man has ever talk to me as an adult. I was 11 years old.
I was just about to ask how old you were.
11.
11.
That right there shook me up.
He said, man up.
That's what he said. You know what I mean? Because I was on something, I don't know you. You ain't my dad. And he was like, bro, we're not even going down that road. He's like, I ain't even going to make you want to talk to me like that. And from that point on, we've never disagreed, never argued. I've never looked at this man sideways.
So if you don't mind me asking, what happened with your dad?
It was just a different relationship. Like, my dad was an amazing man. He was in my life. You know what I mean? He just didn't know how to be a confident boyfriend to my mom, which affected the relationship at home and which made him physical for many, many years with my mom. So there was a lot of, like, nights of just violence and stuff in the house where we had to leave and find a place to stay and then come back, you know, because my mom didn't want to leave. She was just real stuck on this, my family. It's me, my little brother, and my mom and my dad. So she would just always come back, you know what I mean? But it was just years and years of that. And then one year I just told her, like, my dad would use us to get her back, you know, and then one year I just told her, like, don't come back. If you come back, like, I'll never come back. I'll run away. I think I said something like that. And I was so serious. Like,
how old were you then?
I was 11. Because she had met my stepdad that following year, the beginning, or at the end of that year. So that transition was, I eventually went from staying with my dad to with my mom and then being around my dad because it was a small town. So my dad was always around. He was just, the way he raised us, like, a lot of my ways are from my dad. As weird as it sounds, like work ethic, how I want to be the best at things, how I compete so much, how my cleanliness, how I'm, like, my hygiene, just my drive on wanting to be great at things, that's all my dad.
Really?
I think my mindset on how I am with people is from my mom.
The love.
That caring side, the way I feel things, the way, because I just seen her hurt so much and I didn't understand it. So I spent most of my life trying to bring happiness to her, that I developed a personality to bring happiness to other people. And on top of that, I was getting therapy my whole childhood without even knowing it, because I had to go to court all the time because of my parents, because the cops were always at my house. So my dad always got charged with something small where we had to go to court, or my mom would try to scare him a little bit, like, let me make him think he's going to jail, and then right at the end, like, I would drop it, type stuff, you know what I mean? So
it was a lot of toxicity.
It was a lot. It was like I was in court a lot. I skipped school a lot. Like, I missed a lot of school. I did that a lot, and I didn't realize how much therapy I was getting because I always had to talk to people. I always had to tell the story. So in my head, they just asked me, and I just told. I wasn't ratting on my dad, or I wasn't helping my mom. You know what I mean? I was just like, they asked me, I'm going to tell.
Plus, you're a kid.
I was a
you
kid,
don't
that's
even
all I
know.
So I'm just telling the story. So I was always used to expressing myself. So whereas, like, men are always told, like, not to, it's a thing. So now as an adult, because I see how much help I got and how easy it is for me to express things when I'm down, whereas most men can't, I know how to pick those words. I know how to say that, or I know how to just talk about it. You can find so much growth all day, and I won't bring him down. But it's my truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he gets to a point where he doesn't like what I say, he has to, like, understand he gave me a reason to say that.
That makes sense. And it also
upset.
affects you as an adult.
Yeah.
You know, not being honest, not being able to tell your truth, not living in your truth. You could tell the effects. And sometimes as children, we need to be honest with our parents so they can step up.
Yeah.
Or so they can think about, you know, some of the things and things like that, you know, that happen. But I think that's amazing, and I can see how you are the person that you are just by you saying that. And Terrence, by the way, y'all, is one of those guys, you could be on the phone with him for 2 straight hours, and we'll just be talking randomly on and on and on and on and on. He is a great listener, and you know, just an all around great guy. So your mom is your hero, and that's ecstatic. I actually had the pleasure of meeting your mother. Not only is she one of the most gorgeous people, still, like, I don't even know how old she is. She looks like
60,
she's my age.
Around 60.
She looks like she's about 40. Seriously.
Yeah,
she's just what you said. She's just light. Like, if anybody's watching this, go find Terrence's page, and his mom, I'm sure, is all over it, and they're probably like this. But find his mom and just see how beautiful and how she's so present.
She is. She been through hell, bruh.
But I'm just saying in your career, like that time you won that contest, some comedy contest we did years ago,
bro,
and she popped up and surprised you.
Drove from Florida to Cali for my first stand-up show.
Yeah.
Ever.
I remember that.
Blew my mind.
And
Didn't
you were
tell me
crying.
nothing.
You were crying. I just was like,
I was
this
tripping,
is
dog.
so special.
Because
like
she ride for me. She
it's
never
those
missed a
moments.
game. She, like, as a kid, I remember, like, my mom, like, this might be a lot. She might hate me for this, but, like, when it's that time of the month for my mom, she would have it so bad, she would have to go to the ER a lot. She had to get a surgery to stop it, whatever the case. But I remember so many times I would have basketball games during that week or something, and she'd be on the bleachers like this, still like, let's go. I'm like, my mama up there dying, you know what I mean? But she's riding. She just sent me tapes of my childhood of all my games. Loudest one in the gym. I don't know how she didn't get kicked out. Like she wanted to mute the tape, she said, because she was like, I was just so loud. And she's like, Mira, get him, let's go. No, bad call, ref. Like,
the Puerto Rican mom.
Yeah, I just love it, man. Like, she just rose. She didn't know much, you know what I mean? She didn't know much about the, like, American ways, the States or whatever. But she would always just be like, go, be free. And I think that's the one thing that made me, like, who I am. She trusted me because I see a lot of parents who tried to protect their kids and keep them safe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I get it because, you know, you've been through it. So you just, like, you don't want them to experience. But I had read somewhere where it said parent is one who could let a careful child be free.
And let me tell you something, Terrence, that you saying that. My parents, I mean, I adore your mom, but I had the greatest parents. I adore your story and all that. And Mom, I know you're watching. You were great. But let me tell you, my parents let us do, I don't want to say anything, but oh my gosh, they would just let us go.
Yeah.
And we were able to explore anything. And when we got burnt, they fucking told us, you are going to get burnt. But going out there, and, you know, I was the youngest of 6, so, you know, the younger you are, the more you have to fall back on, so you do the most wackest stuff ever, period. Because I never got in trouble for nothing I did. They always did. It's like they knew better for what I did. So I would do things, but my mom would be like, don't. And I would do it anyway, and she'd be like, what I tell you? But the fact that she let us live, there was so many kids on our street, like, couldn't stay outside, past the street lights and all that. My parents was like, long as you on the front. Like,
that's what it was.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was. And I think that's what our parents saw. Like, yeah, we were out there, but we were careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though we were wilding, they had something that says, like, but they going to learn. Mm-hmm. They the type that as soon as it poke them, as soon as they start bleeding, as soon as they hurt you, like, ah, shit.
And then when you get in the real world, you don't become a wild bat. Because you done already,
you like, nah,
you done
I'm
had
cool,
a drink.
you know,
you done smoked some weed. You done did a little bit of, you in the real world, like, why y'all doing this? So played. Like, is this your real first drink? Like, at 21?
I was in a padded room my whole life. Like.
Right. Crazy and scared and all that. But
yeah, no, that freedom really, freedom with control, I can guess you can say, was definitely helpful for me because it helped me adapt. I grew up around so many different types of, like, people. You can just throw me in any crowd and I'm cool. Like,
Same. And I think that's also one of the gifts that we were born with, because whether you believe it or not, dancing is definitely a gift for you from God. He gives us all different gifts. And some things we can just do naturally, like boom. And then some things, like, I can do anybody's hair. Like, boom. That's just a gift he gave me. And it's a lot of people that have been taught. And I had to learn, you know, the definite techniques and all that stuff. But I was born, boom, boom, with that. And it's like he gives us these gifts, and we're able to use them just because, like you said, we're able to express ourselves and things like that. So let me know if you want to talk about this. If you do, if you don't.
I talk about it. I already know. Let's go.
Yeah.
It's going to fuck you up, too. Watch.
It always does.
Catch you off guard.
Don't do
catch
this.
You off guard today.
I don't even know what you're doing right now. Stop it.
Let's go.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Know.
Terrence, stop. You see what he doing? Don't do no reverse psychology on me and scare me to asking you the questions. I'm the Wendy Williams right now, okay? Sheesh. All right, so you have a sibling,
Yeah.
a sibling that the very first time I came in your place, I was like, okay, so who's this guy? Let's talk about it because it was,
Yeah.
it wasn't just you growing up.
Nah, I have a little brother. I lost him 7 years ago to suicide.
Mm.
It's kind of wild. Today's his birthday.
God dang it!
So
Is that why you said it was gonna mess me up?
yeah.
God.
So right now I'm just like my phone's being blown up right now. How you
Terrence.
doing? You good? You good? They know. I'm gonna have my time, but nah. I mean, it's my reality. Is making my story. Is helping me change the world. It's not something great. You know what I mean? But I've found a way to make it a part of my life journey, story, and just make it. It's just a load that I carry. So
Yeah.
I just when it's time to like open that box, I open it. Camera or
Yeah.
not, if I need to drop some tears, I need to let it out. I let
We
it
like
out.
we like crying on the Joncea.
Yeah, I don't trip
No.
over it. I've always, like I said, I grew up expressing what I've been through, so that's not the hard part. The hard part is the reality. The hard part
Yeah.
is that fact.
Do you know? I mean, of course you know, but do you mind telling us what happened or what you think happened
We
or?
don't really know, man. That's the hard part. Like we grew up in such a wild life that like he lived a street life. He was out in the streets. You know what I mean? He did his thing, but it never made us feel like that. I honestly, like, to be real with you, I think personally our childhood was a lot darker than the things we experienced as an adult, even the things we did as an adult. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of things I'm not proud of. I was around environments that I did things that I shouldn't have done, and God blessed me with the ability to run left instead of right.
A
You know
new
what I mean?
life, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
I
mean.
know.
So like he woke me up, and even when I went to go leave, like my little brother was like my biggest fan. Like he was like, "Yo, go do that. Like you go to ATL, make it. You know what I mean? Like you gonna do it, just kill it. Whatever you do, kill it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be there." But I don't know. Like we know he went through a lot, and even as a kid and stuff like that. But we felt like he just got tired. That's just the best signs of it because all the signs were in our childhood. Like everyone was scared that we was gonna do this to ourselves as kids because of how much we expressed ourselves. So they would
Mm.
always talk to us about it, and I'd be like, I remember saying it as a kid, like, I want to die, like I don't want to be here, but I ain't really want to do it, you know what I mean? But the life he was living after, like once he started being out on his own, kind of like prepared us for his absence in a sense, but
Mm.
not from that way. Like we thought the streets was gonna get to him. You know what I mean? So I was preparing my life to hate a family or hate a guy, hate somebody else.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Be like, not my brother, nigga, you killed my brother. I was expecting that for many years. You killed my brother type.
Wow.
That he did it to himself, that's just a concept that I can't grasp. I stopped trying to. I gave up, and because like you can think about all it does is make you think about all the times you wish you would have did something better. And as a big brother, you know, you gotta understand, I picked on this kid a lot. You know what I mean? So it's like even the times where I was just like, I'm just being rough, I wish I didn't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I can't be like that 100% because that wasn't the like reason.
No,
But you just
because you
start
were being a
thinking,
big brother. That's what
exactly,
big
that's
brothers
what
and
big
big
brothers
sisters
do.
do.
So you know you accept the things that you did and you make the best with what you have. But to figure out why, I think is over time it's made me feel selfish.
Mm.
Like because now I'm trying to figure out what's going on in his head, and no matter what, I'm just a brother. You know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, that's a big role, but like this man was also a son, a friend, a goon, a boyfriend, a stepdad. You know what I mean? Like he was so many things to other people that it's like I gotta account for the feelings that they bring too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was people in his life I didn't know about. You know, they all have an effect. You know what I mean? Like when I express what I experience or when I have my down times and people don't get it, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to be like, because you don't understand the type of weight I carry. You don't know how many people leaning on me. You don't know how big my family is.
Yeah.
You don't know how many people, like, even though they got a job and a family, they just watch me for a sense of relief. You don't know what I got to wake up with. So when I say things like that, I give him the the room to be like he felt the same way.
Absolutely.
Y'all don't know what I'm going through. Y'all don't know how
We
I
all
feel when I,
carry.
you know what I mean. So I just leave it there and,
Yeah.
and just deal with my pain because That's another level of pain that I gotta carry.
Yeah, dang. I'm about to cry. I'm trying
Don't
not
cry.
to. I'm trying not to. You know, every time we talk about it, I cry. I just be
Don't
like,
cry.
Terrence, you just so. But happy birthday. I mean, in heaven
Yeah.
to you, and just
I say it a lot.
yeah, just
Hashtag fuck suicide.
as family, y'all, we just have to be. I don't know. We just have to just make sure we just check on each other no matter what, no matter how good or bad we're looking, because depression is a real thing. And I think in our culture, black people, we don't really take depression as serious as it really is until it may be too late. Or, I don't know if he was depressed or not, but it's a thing we just don't see because we just overlook, oh, you all right. That type of thing, and it's our culture.
Yeah.
It's our culture where we're taught to be strong. Hell, our forefathers were slaves. We couldn't, they got beat. It was like you can't feel nothing. What do you mean you depressed? What does that even mean, boy? If you don't go to work, like that type of thing. But it's something that needs to be talked about.
God blessed me with something to like. When I get talked to or treated like that, like that's one of the worst things anyone can do to me, is make me feel like what I'm feeling isn't valid.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I express so much, is because I was always told, like, what are you feeling? What happened? My whole life, my whole childhood was always, what happened? How do you feel? So when people would tell me something, I'm like, nah, bro, listen, I've been talking about the way I feel my whole life. I'm pretty sure you did. So one thing I do is I tell people, always express yourself, man.
I always have, and people have a problem with my transparency. I've always expressed. My mom has always had that door open to, like, no matter what, you could tell me, you could come to me, no matter what, no matter. I mean, I went through a whole lot too, but this ain't about me today. But it was just good to have a mom that I could also, like your mom, go to and talk to and all of that. But just the fact that you said we have so many people attached to us that are just watching. Although they believe in God, our responsibility, because, God is a spirit. Sometimes people look at us as their tangible God, like somebody I see.
Yes.
And that's a lot of pressure, one, but it's something that we chose. Like, I always look at certain celebrities that won't, like, take a picture of somebody, or do we even sign autographs anymore? I don't know. But won't sign an autograph or whatever. And it's like, this is what you chose. This is see whether you like it or not. This is what you chose. So I often say, if you don't think you could do it, or if you can't, don't just don't.
Yeah, it's fun. I like people, man. I like the engagement I have. I like the stories. I like when the friends of my parents say to me, I went and got my GED.
Because of you. Yes.
I'm like, for real, bro, you 60, you went back for real? Like, yeah, bro, if you could leave here and go to TV, I can get a GED. I love it.
That is the best feelings when people inbox you.
People's kids, or my friends' kids, like, because, they all got, like, families now. They be telling them, Chad, I went to school with him, like that. And I didn't think that would ever happen to me. They're like, nah, they call me all the time.
All the time.
FaceTime. Say hi to my kid, and I get on the phone. They be like, my mama, my daddy, like that. I be like, yeah, we went to school. They be like, oh my God. Or my cousins, they do like show and tells on me and stuff like that. I be mind blown, bro, because like this is just my dream that I'm actually living, and I understand it now. Like, the dream doesn't necessarily always come with the big house, but the dream does come with the experience and the effect you have on the world and everything you said you went to do in yourself. So it's very spiritual. That's living the dream I'm starting to learn. But, like, to see the impact that I have, to see these kids and stuff like that, it's like I remember when I did that for, like, Kobe and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even the kids, like, who would come to the schools, because I go to, like, a lot of schools. I be reading the kids and stuff like that, and I do, like, the big brother stuff. Like, I be doing all the games. I'm weird, but I love...
No, that's all me. That's that type of stuff. I love doing that type of stuff,
because they meant more to me than, like, an NBA player I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I remember the first senior high school basketball player to come to the middle school class, and to me, he was so cool. Like, he was talking, he's like, when you get to high school, you know, you're going, and I'm like, I want to be in high school. I want to be in a varsity like you. I want to be in a jacket like you.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that. I was like, oh my God, you're so cool. And he shook my hand. I was like, like that. And I was like, I get it. Like, I'll never forget that. And when I go to these schools and these kids be like, they be sitting there looking like this. I'm like, I remember, kid. You think I'm him? I'll be like, let's go. Like, it's just the cycle, you know? So it's like, I know how I'm going to make that kid feel. And if I make that kid feel like that, like, for real, and he understands it the way I did, man, he gonna take what I did and, like, nothing,
Let me tell you something. Terrence is such a jewel. This is why he's sitting on the couch.
I love it.
Of the Joncea.
This is just what I think. I mean,
you're such a jewel, though. You really are needed in this world. You really are needed. And sometimes, you know, we don't understand life and how things go. But the fact that you can keep going, is the jewels that so many of us need. We need each other, too, in this industry. But you are one of those people where I will never not answer your call. I will never not root for you because you're so grounded, should I say.
Thank you. So
down to earth, and you get it. I think a lot of people are big-headed and I don't know, they don't get it, and then they don't get what they deserve in this industry. Because God is the person handing out the movie roles and all this, and they think it's my friend this and this. God does the elevating, but He only gives you what you give, what you put out, you get back, and this is why you can turn on Stars. Let's go and see Terrence on Step Up. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about where that started and how did you even end up there? Because I remember watching it on YouTube Red at first. Why am I this excited? I remember watching it on YouTube Red, and I remember going on there like, because we had to buy YouTube Red, by the way. I really think you should give me about $20, but whatever. We had to buy YouTube Red to watch you, but I just remember like going on YouTube Red and seeing you do your little thing, and I was like, look at I was like, so ecstatic. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
And where it ended up in, oh, man.
No, Step Up we started like 4 years ago almost. Season 1. The audition, man, took about 4 months. It's my first series regular. It's my biggest job so far. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I just... That job changed my life. That was at a really wild time for me. I wasn't doing stand-up as much. When I lost my little brother, that kind of rocked me. Yeah. So, like, it threw me. So, I just want to say shout-outs to Tony Baker. That guy is really inspiring me right now. A lot of people don't know my, like, stand-up career kind of, like, got rocked when I lost my little brother. I was able to turn my pain into, like, humor, but it ate me up. Like, every time I have a 15-minute funeral set on my little brother, and I did it so many times that it was helping me that then it started ripping me apart. Like, so it kind of like scared me. Like, I've been so scared to get back on stage. So seeing him, like, I host shows and all that, but as far as doing stand-up, I never even said this out loud, but I just wanted to give him his flowers because seeing the way he's going about it, you know what I mean, is really inspiring me, you know what I mean, to really tap back
I need
into
to get Tony in here.
So shout out to him. But that time I was really trying to pursue acting and stuff like that, and I heard about that from a friend. I had just switched over from dancing to like acting full-time, trying to, and I went to an open call. They had already had 3 of them. Long story short, they brought me in like every other week for like 4 months, reading, trying things, dancing, acting, standing with girls and all that. So it was a hella dope experience, but it was hella stressful because remember how we talked earlier, we was broke. Times was hard. Yeah. So I'm 3 months in traveling back and forth to this place. Like, I ain't got gas. I can't keep getting haircuts like this. I can't keep showing
Can't keep
up
calling
fly.
mom,
Y'all
like,
keep bringing me back in to do this callback like y'all just booked me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Lawrence, I just kept going on. I just had a feeling. I was like, I'm
It's that faith.
These people like me. They just not sure. So let me just keep going, you know. And then they booked me, and my life changed, bro. Like
So this was when it was on YouTube.
YouTube, and then we did season 1 and 2 in ATL, and season 3 got picked up by Stars. So we just shot that, and that just catapulted the experience tremendously. So, like, I'm so excited for it that I don't know when it's gonna come out. It's gonna be.
Wait a minute, I saw you on. Wasn't it on regular TV already?
It's on. So it's on other platforms right now. The show. Season 3 is gonna be on Stars. Like we're gonna push it on.
What
Stars.
was on other platform? What other platform was it on? Because I thought I saw
That
you
thing
on.
was on Amazon Prime, like the Roku stuff.
Oh, it was on the Roku.
It was
That's
on
what
a
it
bunch
was.
of other platforms, along with everything else. Like they just be
Right.
throwing them on platform.
Right.
So
But
we
those
did
platforms
3.
are
They
official.
help. Yeah, no, they help. And then we just shot, like I said, we just shot 3. Man, it's so.
So when I called you last summer, you were shooting season 3.
Yeah, like I was in Atlanta almost 6 months. It was
Yeah.
an amazing experience. So we got so many dope people on the show. Like this.
Yeah, because I got a little niece. Shout out to Samaya who's a big fan of you.
Oh my God.
We were watching it, and I was like, I know him. I can call him right now.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
I
she
remember
didn't believe I could call, and I called you, and she ran in here like, oh my God, oh my, it was so funny.
No, I'm so excited, man. Season 3, I feel like everybody on the show, their characters just blew up so much.
Who's your character? Let's talk about
I
him.
play Rigo. Rigo is a multi-talented kid in ATL whose dad was a infamous drug lord, kingpin of the A, who was the business partner with Sage, who was played by Neo.
Mm-hmm.
And so him and Sage were like childhood, kids that grew up in the game, and then they grew up and Sage popped off and kind of left my dad in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Sage comes back, opens up a school for the arts, and meets me and thinks I am just this gem and likes me until he finds out who my dad is. Then he hates me, which makes me start to turn up on him. You know what I mean? Because I'm this young star on the rise. Everyone knows it, even you. But now you hating on me, and he's the older star, established world, he like the Jay-Z,
Right.
But he on his way out.
You like the Kanye?
I'm the young one on the way up. He on his way out, so it causes this friction, and then we just go at it. It just gradually turns into chaos, and then the plot twists along with it that just happened through season 2 and 3 are out of here, man.
It's your
Season 3 is,
as artists, I look like, even me, I always look back at Joncea, the comedian, the actress, and it's just like, man, do you have those moments where you're looking at your character like, man, that dude is acting like you're a totally out of body experience type thing?
So the fun thing about playing Rigo is, honestly, they wrote it so I feel like it's almost every little black kid's dream. I play a rapper that is the son of a drug
dealer.
lord. I don't do none of the smoke. I'm just, all my homies do it for me. And I could just pop off and be a superstar. I could just rap, I'm traveling. I got all the money. I got everything. Playing it is so fun. It's so fun because it's I'm doing music videos and
right.
stuff like that.
You Terrence and the dude though. You're a character, but you for real yourself too.
I'm who I want to be at times.
Right.
When I see myself as the rock star, I was like, yeah, this is it. You know what I mean? This is it. So certain scenes I be cracking up because they be like, cut. I be like, why y'all say cut? This is fun.
Can we do this again?
Can we
Because
run it back?
I want to shoot somebody.
Run it back.
Terrence.
Now holding the guns and stuff is so hard because it's ain't no jail. He ain't finna die. You know what I mean?
Terrence, put the gun down. It's lunchtime.
They be cracking up. I be in there playing. I'm like,
with your fake guns, with the fake guns, fake money.
Yeah,
Look.
it's just so fun. And when you work with as many amazing people as you do on set, is a blast. We be having so much fun.
How is it working with Neo?
Bro,
Neo
that
seems
dude,
like he's the coolest dude ever.
The only time, and I say this proudly, the only time I was like, oh my God, Neo, It was like the first second I walked in the room, right? Because he's OG, like he like that
He's
dude.
Neo.
He's Neo. Don't act, you know.
Why
what I
is
mean?
he acting like,
Like,
what are you doing, Neo? You're
but he
Neo.
like, what's up, bro? And he gives advice. He helps people. So humble.
That's why.
Like in the trailer all the time. Like his trailer lit. Like ours is lit, but like he Neo. So he got like a campfire. Like he got a little fire pit.
Fire pits in his trailer.
And his TV like 3 of mine. You know what I mean? So like I bring the PS5 in there with him. Like, I just knock. Hey, I'm trying to play on the big screen.
Can I play on your TV? Because my
Like,
TV is like only
like,
60 inches.
He's
Yours
like, come
is
on in.
75.
He's like, I'm gonna go in my room. I'm like, you gonna go in your room? Okay, go in
Your
your
room in
go
your trailer.
Go in your
Okay.
room. I'm gonna sit. I'll be on my couch and mine.
that turns into a bit.
Yeah, but he's like his experience, knowledge, maturity, just the way he carries himself. It's like even when we offset, when we walk around, like I was ready for it. I was like, oh, we about to see what it's like to walk around and but it's like he don't put that out there, so he don't get those vibes. It's always, hey man, nice to meet you, much respect.
He's
like,
really humble,
so cool. It's like I know he rich, we know he rich, but he won't like. You know what I mean?
He doesn't
like,
demean people. He doesn't make people feel like
yeah.
they're not.
Even when we
on
try
his
to get him
level.
to talk like that, we be in the studio, we be popping off, we be saying like, this song whack, this song whack. He be like, nah, man, somebody like it.
That's
like,
true.
He'd be like, how does this sell so much? He'd be like, people like it, man. That's all. It ain't good, man. It's to you. I'd be like, man, I want to be like you, bro.
Right? But being around people like that actually helps you remain humble.
Bro.
I'm telling you,
Bruh.
I had an experience with Erica Campbell, where I literally was at her church one time, and she was just so sweet to everybody, like coming up to us, giving us hugs and all that stuff before service. Then during the time where it was time for the choir to sing, she was standing by her husband down in the audience. Then she went up on stage, and she stood on the side of the choir. She didn't go up, grab a mic, nothing like that. And she sang with the choir. And it was the most humbling thing I think I've ever seen from a celebrity. And I just was like, that right there is the type of celebrity I will always be. Just always be grounded. Always know that I am on the same exact level in God's eyes as all of these people. We just have jobs in the limelight. But we still are. Just like COVID taught us all. COVID put everybody back on the same level. Brought everybody down, and celebrities started making videos and taking commercials. Y'all know y'all shouldn't have to take out commercials. Y'all had enough money. But I'm just saying that it leveled down, and that's what Erica Campbell, like, shout out to her, showed me. She just was so humble.
Yeah, man. He's a different breed, man. The way he is with his family, the way he is with his friends. Even when I
saw he just got married.
Yeah, he renewed his vows.
Okay.
So like how he is, how he trusts his wife, how he treats his wife. There are things that I've learned about me as a man just by how he was, because the things they experience is way harder than the things I experience with mine. You know what I mean?
Course.
Just having cameras and everyone on their business and stuff like that. Just his level of trust and how he gives her freedom and stuff like that is things that I learned because I didn't grow up saying that. I grew up saying you gotta hide your woman, keep her down, the way my dad was. And I see people like him sending her on trips, not hounding her, you know what I mean? Just calling, she's excited for her news. Just little things that he does that when he would like hang up the phone with her, I'd ask him about it, and he would just, the way he would express it, it was like, oh wow, this is like happiness. This is what trust is. This is how it is to be, with someone like him. Or I would ask him stuff like, she calls every time on the lunch, like, they don't irk you. You don't ever just want like an hour to chill. He's like, bro, I'm on set 14 hours a day. She get to see me she get to call me one time. Let her have, bro.
Yeah, that's dope.
And I'm just like, I guess you're right, bro. Yeah, I guess I can make a phone call. I wanna be
dirty. I
remember one time I went on lunch and I made a call, and she was like, hello. She was like, what's up? I was like, no, it's just nice to establish who I want to be as a man before I tap into that and try to give somebody
all of you.
Yeah, well, half. They won't get all. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Your heart, like
yeah.
give.
Yeah. Nah, I just want to be
Give.
proud of who I am, and I am. Like, I love a lot of things about me, but like, I don't think it's fair to start sharing a life with someone that doesn't have me 100% in. That's all.
Are you ever gonna be able to be 100% in?
Mm-hmm.
You mean as far as love or just everything?
Everything, just wanting that, like, open it right now. I'm all in with my dreams.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but there's a certain balance where you can do both,
Okay.
and I'm not willing to balance that right now because I want to put all of it on this right now.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. And see, me, I feel like I'm at it's a lot of doors opening and a lot of things that I'm tapping into. I feel like I want to go into this next chapter of my life, this next season of my life. I feel like I want to go with someone.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to share because I already know how big I'm going to be. I don't know who else knows that, and I really don't care.
Ain't up to them.
Exactly. I don't really care. But I think I want to share it with a guy. I think I want somebody dope to like. Let's live this life. Let's laugh at people. Like I need somebody super silly that's ready to just freaking be talking about people. We on the red carpet like, no, she did not wear those shoes.
Yeah,
like elbowing like the whole Oscars. Like you notice you watch it. Oh my God, I won. Like stop, I won. Like I didn't expect. Like I told you. Like that type of. I want that. So I feel like this next, I don't know. I've been praying to God to just send me someone awesome and amazing to go to this next chapter with. But I think I can handle it. I hope. I want to, because I'm into the family thing. I'm into like my parents were together 58 years, so just that type of thing. I grew up seeing. I grew up seeing a couple love. And my mom and dad. Survival. They taught us love.
Yeah.
I didn't know what survival was until I moved here at 34 and had to freaking tap into survival.
Like, what the hell is this?
I didn't have to learn survival, but I learned love. Like my parents would struggle, but we wouldn't know they was struggling because they gave us so much love and attention and they were present. Yeah. So that's what I want. No matter how much, because I already know I am going to be the beginning of making my family the Rockefellers. I already know this. This has already been my journey. This is what me and God already discussed. I'm going to add value to my family's name, and I will not stop until I do.
Thanks.
I'm here for that. But I also want it with a man, his family. We could begin to start this journey and breed our people, And I think I need somebody to do that with. I don't think I want to be out here alone doing that. But I probably should have sex first. But I need to open up. I need to open up a little bit. Jokes. These are just jokes, people, Mom. So tell me this, and then we going, oh, no, we got plenty of time. I didn't even know we had this much time. Question. What's your proudest accomplishment so far?
Ooh.
If you say being a great son, no, I'm kidding.
I was leaning. I'm trying to find
He's trying to figure out how to put you in there, Mom. You know that, right?
I was thinking about it. I said when I made my mom. No, I'm just
like when my mom.
No, I think one of the things that makes me proud is. Tell me if you can grasp this. I find a tremendous amount of joy in smiling at the end of my stories when people are looking at me like they just want to hug me. Does that make sense? Like, it took me many years of expressing my journey, my stories, and what I experienced. And at the end, people used to be like, oh, my God, or damn, or like, oh, like, and I just be like, what? Why are you doing that? Like, and they're just like, I just want to hug you, or I just want to hold you, or I feel like you need a little bit more love. I'm like, do I sound that broken to you?
So I get what you're saying. Your proudest accomplishment is taking what you were or your experiences and overcoming them to a place where you could now give joy instead of having someone feel sorry for you.
Yeah, well, because people still do it. Like when they hear my story, like, even like earlier, you was like, "Oh my God, I just want to cry."
Nah, I only wanted to cry because it was his birthday.
You felt it. Well, no, and on
Dang.
top of that, you just felt it. You understood it.
Yeah.
It's like, but keep in mind, it made me proud because you got also, you don't know this, but like driving all the way here, I was like, T, you better fucking not crack. But that don't mean be strong or hide it. It just means you know what you about to walk into. And I knew about this for days leading up to it because I remember in my head, I go, fuck, I said I'm doing this on Friday? I don't even want to be seen. You know what I mean?
Well, that's good.
But
that's
it's like,
good
I was like, nah. I was like, nah. Because I remember thinking like, maybe we could do this another week or maybe. And I was like, nah, for what? For what?
Because your brother.
Another Friday? For what? Like, just go in there, talk, share your story. Cool. That's why when you said it, you don't know, my chest went up. I don't know if we want to talk about it. I was like, I don't know if I want to talk. I'm about to mess you up too. Because the whole time I'm up here fighting what's going on inside. Little flashes, anything, his name, a letter J, any story, my childhood, everything I'm sharing with you, he's in that. So his face is popping up, and I'm still got these lights in my face.
Each other.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's T and John. My whole childhood, if you look, it was always T and John. So being able to tell this story right now better than I did 6 years ago when I was on year one.
So good, Terrence.
Those are the things I'm proud of because I still break down. I still cry. I thought I was gonna cry today. I still might. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting it. Yeah. But what I'm saying is being able to say that, and then when I'm done saying it, whenever that period is in my story, be like this. That's like the illest shit ever.
Maya, isn't this so freaking good? I hope you're still watching. Oh my gosh, you're so everything, man. Golly, that was a great answer.
And people like at this, I think people look at me like I should be broken, and I don't think my story is the worst in the world or the most extreme, but it is wild. But and when you hear it out loud, you probably would think a lot of the things that most folks think. Or, you probably would react the way most folks think. Like, I hear people say it all the time, like, if I lose my brother, bro, I'll lose my shit. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You don't know until
I'm like, nigga, you thought I did?
Right.
Or you think I know? Like, it happened to me, so it's like, it's okay for Terrence, because if it was you, it would go left. But, like, nah, this is just my reality. I can't change that. That's the same thing I think about when everyone says, like, my mom cool, or they lost their mom. Boy, I'd be ready to walk around the block just off the thought. And there's so many people out there that lost a parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like you say, you know how many of you say like, boy, T with his mom, he don't play with his mom. That boy T, sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I lost my dad. I know how it feels to like, because my dad was like my best friend.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I hear it.
And
so
it's you don't know until you go through it. And
sheesh.
I would say, because I think about things that's happened to other people, and like I can't even think about anything happening to my children or stuff like that. That mental is like, but until it happens, you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But I love how you answered that though. That is one of your proudest accomplishments, just being able to be free from whatever it was, or to just grow from your past the best way you could.
To just keep growing. Like, I've never felt like I overcame it. That's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
And people would be mind blown at my story. They'd be like, you lost your brother and you just da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, but my mother lost her son.
She did.
My father lost his son, his youngest son. My mom lost her baby. Like, there's so many ways we could look at it. You know what I'm saying?
So many ways that you could take yourself out the center.
There are kids who lost their stepdads.
Out the center.
Yeah,
and
like,
put someone else in the center, and it's no longer
yours. There's
anymore.
Women he dated that were like, damn, that was my dude. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I had
His
something. We all had
and
they all say, but that was your brother. I'm like, yeah, but it's more than that. You know what I mean? He was a cousin.
And not only that, I try to look at death like this. Because I had a 4-year-old nephew that passed. I had a nephew that was 20. He was turning 21. I look at it like, would I give those years back to never known that person?
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? For those 4 little years, I wouldn't give it back to have never known that person. So, like, I look at it like appreciation from God. Just, even though I would have preferred way more time, I think that's the only time that was allowed, and I appreciate that time.
I'm battling with that right now. So like I had my whole childhood with my little brother. I had my teenage years with my little brother. I had my young, like the beginning of our adult years with my little brother, and that's when it stopped. So I don't have like adult memories.
Yeah.
I don't have like now I'm getting older. I'm not gonna grow old with him. Or when I start a family, there's no uncles. You know what I mean? There's nothing. So I have to stop myself from getting mad or angry and just realize that like what I have is what I have, and I can build off of what I got. I can always talk about what I have. I have so many videos, pictures, memories, and things like that. But it's like I get frustrated because it's just like you is my brother, you know what I mean? Like that's it. You is my right hand and stuff. But like I said, I just take it for what it is, and I make the best. I share his story. I talk about his story. I talk about things he did all the time, and I've accepted the fact that, you know, when I see older brothers or stuff like that, like this picture has been fucking with me. They're not even brothers. There's just two guys. There's a black and white guy right there. You know what I mean? But just seeing
Django.
I know. I'm just saying, but like seeing two people as a pair, you know what I mean? Like things like that are triggering when it's like you want to have that, or you want to see like, damn, what was we gonna be like older? Like he was crazy. Damn, if you would have just got over that mountain. And just, like, because I hit that mountain, too. I was nutty, too. But then I just was like, nah, let me chill. He would have chilled. You know what I'm saying? But, like, he didn't get to that point. But I can't soak in it. I let myself think it. I let myself go through it. I take the time. Like, because I don't want to bottle up. I will explode. So I let myself go through it. I need to scream, cry, let it out, whatever the case may be, draw, fucking walk, whatever. I go through it. But then it's time to push forward.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
his mission was
yeah,
done, and yours,
it don't end there.
Yours have to keep going, and maybe you needed him on the other side to help you keep going. We just don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, trying to figure it out is where you lose your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment I started doing that, then I was like, okay, all right, let's get a better
Let's
doctor.
go back. Yeah.
Let's get some more help. Because it's like, you trying to, I have nothing to fall, but you know what fall back on is moving back to my mama's house. Even if I were to get a job, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, I don't even know what my special skills are.
There are no plan Bs.
My skills will get me fired. Like, that's what, my special skills will get me fired from any job.
I
So
say this all the time. There is no plan B. My mother is around the corner because there is no plan B. She was in D.C. sick, and I could not move back there to take care of her.
Yeah.
So she had to move here in order for me to take care of her.
Mine on the way over here, too.
Hey, listen, ain't no plan Bs, Mom. You're going to have to come on here. We only have plan A, and however plan A plays out, that's it. That's where we are.
That's what it is.
And we on our way to the top. So guess what? You got to come on here and... You know, you don't got to climb the mountain with us, but you daggone sure gonna watch right beside us.
That's
you
how
know what I'm saying?
That's one thing my mom always stressed, but she's like, just tell me what's wrong and we're gonna get through it. Just say what it is, we're gonna get through. Because I was a kid who'd be like, I'll wait. I think it was one time I was like short on my rent, you know what I'm saying, like really bad. And I was like, no, Mom, you don't understand. Like, I need this money today by 3 or I'm out of here. And she's like, well, where's the window? Where's the... I'm like, I used all that. Like, I used
before we called them, right?
Before we called you, like, I used everything. So my mom was always like, see, this is why we can't fix it, because you didn't tell nobody. You didn't give us no room. We have nothing now. You telling us what we got to do right now? If you would have let us know this ahead of time, you knew you ain't have it.
And you know what that's connected to? Pride.
Yeah.
Pride comes before a fall, and that's one thing moving out here taught me, how to ask. How to not be prideful no matter what it was. Like, forget it. Before I don't pay this, I'm going to call somebody.
Yeah.
Now, I am blessed to have a couple people I can call, but I could easily sit there and just be like, nah, you good. But why? Why? Because they know we're on this mission. We know we're on this mission, and God puts us in positions just to trust him and just to see if we are going to get rid of things like pride or, you know, things like that.
Yeah, that pride got to go.
That pride,
now,
it comes
now
before
I
a
just
fall.
Be like, now I just talk about it, express it. I know who to call. I know who to trust. I know who to, like, open up to.
Yeah.
Because
eventually it's not going to always be this way. So eventually And then my best friend told me this. She said, look, whether we give you the money or not, keep asking, because when you become a millionaire, we're planning our lives around your money. My best friend said that. Isis was like, we're planning our lives around your money. She said people are going to call you like, yeah, I'm going to the Bahamas. Can you send me $5,000? We're planning our money. She said it.
I never even thought about it.
My
Like
best
that.
friend said, you better ask us. And anyway, because if you get millions, please believe, we're planning our lives around your money. Think about that, Terrence.
I've never thought about that at all.
And when my best friend said that, it helped me so much. I said, I'm going to just start calling anybody. Because people going to be calling. The more money you get, random strangers going to be hitting you. I went to high school with you. You sat next to me in biology. My son got leukemia. Like, what do you say to that?
Yeah, my DMs, everybody need their rent paid.
Hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I got. I have a book of every single person that's ever gave me anything. I write it down. I sure do. That way, when you call me, when my name gets bigger and you call me and ask me to do something, I'm going to look through my nice book. When you saw me struggling, you ain't send me $10.
My nice book.
No, I'm not coming to speak at your son's school. I don't really care. Have a nice day. Like, I ain't going to be the one to say it, but I'm going to just tell you like this. I'm going to look through the little book. Oh, you know what? This person right here gave me. Oh, they gave me in my whole career of begging. That's what they like. That's what they like to call it. They like, you always begging. This one girl, I had to delete her because she was just going in on me, calling me all types of bums, saying I'm begging and all this stuff. Whatever, sis. So my years of begging, oh, you gave me $1,000-something. What do you need? I'm a multi-millionaire now. I'm good. What do you need?
What do you need?
And see, what may seem a long time to y'all been in y'all job 25, 30 years. And they giving you like a couple $100 in raises. My 10 years, it's going to be millions. I got it. But let me tell you something. It ain't tricking if you got it, but let me tell you something. I got a little black book.
And when I get it.
Listen, I be telling people I'm the investment. Like, you gambling and you doing all that. You should be calling me before you go to the casinos. Do you need anything? Like, you putting your money in the wrong investment. Them people don't care about you. I'm gonna be the one to send your kid to college. But I ain't gonna do nothing for you if you watching me like, you stupid. You shouldn't have never left your hair salon. No, I shouldn't have never left my hair salon. But I had to leave my hair salon. Because my hair salon was a dream that was done. This next mission is a new dream. Next, on to the next.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So ask. If you need rent, ask. But one thing I love about you that people don't know, Terrence is doing amazing on you had a couple shows and I know a lot of work and stuff. He still lives in the same place.
I can't. I can't. I don't see the point in moving. Terrence. So here's my thing. Joncea, look.
Terrence still lives in North Hollywood. It's
right on
the
like
dirtiest strip.
No, I ain't on the dirtiest, bro. It get wild.
Wait a minute. It's roaches in the apartments that's next to us, to yours.
Yeah, the apartments
the apartments that's about maybe a half a... Remember I was staying in them for a minute?
Yeah. I ain't in that building.
Your apartment is nothing like that, I will admit. But the fact that you're still there instead of...
I wanted to move, but it's like... I feel like if I move, I'm gonna have to move back. Like,
you scared?
I'm scared. It's so much, man. To me, it's like I want to live comfortably. Like I want a house.
Smart. Yeah.
I don't want a big house. I'm not waiting until I can afford a big old house. But like a bigger apartment and 3 times the rent don't seem worthy to me right now. When literally I see how rocky this industry is. I've been up. I've had a lot of bread, and then 8 months later, I was like, I swear to God, I had 6 figures in my account. What happened? You know what I mean?
So I remember when you told me that. You want to talk about that? I remember you told me that time that you had all that money.
Yeah, I balled out because I didn't know. I thought it was going, I thought I was on. Like, I thought once you get on, you on. So season 1 money came, they gave me my first shot. I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. And they was like, yeah, you guys, this is what you're going to get paid every Friday for the next 5 months. And I did some kind of math in my head. And it was way a lot. Like I was like,
it was over $500,000.
I was like, every Friday I get this much.
Yeah.
Run it. You know what I mean?
What y'all hoes need?
What y'all want? Nah, that was on me. It was on me. I just balled out on me because I had spent 12, 14 years in debt, struggling,
I was just about to
washing
say.
my ass. And
Yeah.
I was like, nah, we about to live good. We about to eat seafood and all that. And I didn't blow it, but I lived good.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that though, but especially if you get another chance. Like I believe
God
God
bless me.
gives you.
Yeah. That
I
wasn't a
believe
movie
He lets
check.
you go ahead. I believe He lets you go ahead and just make those mistakes.
And that was my smallest
early.
amount. Yeah, I did good.
He makes you make those mistakes early, so next time around you don't have these problems.
The good thing is when I was broke, I was saying it too. Like as soon as it went broke, I was like, yo, my shit gone. And everybody was like, what? And I was like, they were like, T, we going here. And I'm like, no, I ain't.
I remember you was
I ain't
like,
got
man.
it. They're like, what? What you mean? You just on the tip. I spent that shit, man. I spent it on what? Everything. Whatever I wanted.
My mama.
Who you asking? What you asking me
what
for?
They need. Listen.
Nobody's upset. I'm just saying. I thought I was gonna be doing something else by now.
I mean, I'm on.
I thought I was on.
I
I'm
thought
like,
Terrence was getting all the phone calls. The phones was ringing.
yeah. So I'm like, this. I booked something
That's
else.
one thing I love about this though. I love how you just don't know.
You know who told me to watch out, and I gotta tell him like you was right.
Who?
Trey, Elliott. Trey, I was doing.
Don't bring him up on my show. It's like, no,
Okay, I can't.
No, you can't. You can't. That's like my baby stepfather. I love his son.
Trey told me, he saw me doing a bit about how much bread I had and was blowing it. He was like, hey, fool, you know, the money don't come like that. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm on.
What you talking about?
I'm on TV.
Turns green.
Like, I ain't say that yet. I was just like, but I made, like, we done. We done struggling. I'm one of y'all now. I get to hang out with y'all.
Are you Terrence? Are you?
I'm with Trey and them.
You Trey Elliott.
I'm one of the weigh-ins.
Please don't tell him that.
Yeah, I'm on.
Not one of the weigh-ins.
I'm on.
Oh
Laugh Factory, Ron, all y'all guys. We all friends now.
Finally,
I'm one of y'all. Dave Chappelle, what's up? Where you at?
Ron got shows all on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, we on. We
Yeah.
good. We good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He told me, it don't work like that. Like, it's going to be gone. Like, and it was gone. And then, you know, the lockdown helped too because, okay, I was humbled with my spending. That was fine. I was humble with giving season 2. You know what I'm saying? And I also saved, and, you know, I didn't save as much, but I saved. I did good. But the lockdown is what helped me realize that, like, you can always still create ways. You might, you know, I started sitting around for a while, but then I was like, nah, bro, because this lockdown, you don't know how long it's going to last. I remember I thought it was going to be 3 months.
Man, me too.
You know,
I love the money that they was giving us during the lockdown, though.
Yeah,
I think I made
get it. I was scared.
Oh, man, you had me messed up. I think I made more money not trying than I did trying. I'm almost positive I did. During the lockdown, that's the money you talking about you spent. That's what I spent.
I was scared.
Man, I got like, I don't even want to say how much. I don't even want to say how much.
Allegedly.
But one thing I will say to you, and I say this all the time to my friends, God don't go backwards.
Yeah.
So whatever you made this year, you're going to make twice as much next year.
Yeah.
He don't go backwards.
No.
And the good thing is we got another day. Another day to try, another day to be humble, another day to be grateful, thankful, another day. So you already answered what your biggest fear is, just practically going backwards, being broke again. Because I was going to ask you that. But one more thing, and yeah, we're so, this is such a great interview. What really motivates you to work harder?
Honestly, I always felt less than. And it doesn't mean like a value. And when I say less than, I mean like a little bit slept on. And I don't mean slept on meaning like people don't believe in me. It means like I have these, I grew up really short. I was always short. But I wanted to play ball. I wanted to play football, basketball. You ask all my coaches, I had the biggest heart. Like, we do drills where all, like, the big kids would be ready to run over people and everybody be scared. I'd be like, I hit his big ass.
Right.
Let's go. And then they'd be like, you sure? I'd be like, let's go. And he'd hit me and knock me on my ass and it hurt. I cried and everything. But I'd be like, but I did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's because y'all thought I was scared to do it. So I always grew up feeling like people looked at me like you missing things to be who you want to be. And even as a kid, I was like, I want to be on TV. I want to do this. And they'd be like, you live in PA. Ain't nobody in PA on that. You got to leave. Why I got to leave? You got to... All right, then I moved. So I moved. You know what I mean? So
same.
Growing up, I always felt like people gave me excuses of why I'll never be where I'm at.
So they were your motivation.
And so I grew up with that. Even with everything I'm trying to do now, like with dance, there's like, you waited too long. There's kids who've been doing this since they were kids. Like, there's schools and all this. I'm like, but I'm nice. So what you saying? Oh, I can't do this? All right, bet. And now I'm doing that. Or with acting. You know what I mean? Like, you can't afford class and all that. So I'm like, all right, so I picked up jobs interviewing actors. And I interviewed actors for a year and a half and asked them about their journey, not about nothing they did, just the experience so I could pick it up. He was just like, you got it, kid. You just don't know shit. And he was like Rocky Coach. He's a real asshole, but I love him to death. God rest his soul. Only had him for a year.
He passed away?
Passed away.
Dang, I was about to tell you to give him to me.
And he just dropped gems on me where he was just like, your judgment on acting is beyond anything I've ever seen. You just don't know shit. You don't know how to remember lines. You don't know about blocking. You don't know the like business of it. He said, don't learn how to act for now. Don't ever learn how to act. He said, learn the business. Learn the science. And then you're going to win. You'll win every time. He's like, you got it. Like that. And he was like, don't be learning how to make folks feel shit when you've been doing that all your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's so good.
So that right there was my thing. He was the first one who made me feel like I had something. It wasn't like I need to figure out how to get something. He was like, you got something. People want people go to school to learn how to feel and think the way you think and feel. Like that judgment thing can be built, but you have it. So I always felt like I always was missing something. And with acting, he was the first one that made me feel like I had something. So I think my biggest motivation is making sure I get my point across with what I'm trying to create. So people could know and feel exactly what I wanted to when I was trying to create that. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, feel my, like, outcome. That's it. All the stuff I had to do leading up to it, that's my own journey. I don't expect people to understand how many nights I was up reading, learning how I had to learn how to talk. I didn't learn how to talk until I was, like, 10. You know what I mean? Like, my stutter still haunts me till this day. My mom thinks one of the most mind-blowing things I've ever did in life was not know how to talk and then chase a career in talking.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most mind-blowing. She was like, that was the one thing that she thought was going to drive me down. My stutter was so bad.
You used to stutter real bad.
Stutter was like somebody took the key on a CD and just, I would just
So how did they make it? How did you?
I had speech classes my whole life to this day. I practice how to talk. I practice how to breathe. I still stutter. I still have moments I glitch my eye, twitch a little bit. You know what I mean? I see it on shows.
What does that come with? I mean, how
my
does that...
speech impediment, they said it's my excitement and how I hold my throat. Like, sometimes I talk down like this, so the vocals go up and they get pinched or some shit like that. And they said my excitement mixed with that can cause a little flutter. My mom sees it. Like, my mom is kind of good at it because, like, she'll see me stuttering more and more. She'll be like, calm down. And I'd be like, you're right. And that's why stand-up was a little hard for me because I'd be so excited for my punchline that I fuck it up sometimes. Because I'd be so excited to make them laugh.
All you got to do is just go up there and be like, look, I stutter. I'm going to get excited and tell them your truth on stage.
That's what I mean.
They'll
like,
be here for it.
It would say shit like that. Like, we have moments. Like, women think it's cute. I hate it. You know what I mean? But, like, anytime I do a good scene or something like that, that stuff just pushes me, man. Like, I'm so driven on just becoming a better version of myself that it doesn't bother me. Like, I don't get distracted by the outside stuff. So, like, I am always been, like, I've had to prove my whole childhood. I just had to prove myself because of my size. Yeah. So now I just want to prove myself for myself. You know what I mean? And at this point, people respected me enough to, like me, I guess, and not look at me like, oh, he ain't got it, or this. So I proved enough.
Do you have to, like, work out and do all that to keep
I work out a lot because I do so much. I'm skinny to a lot of people, you know what I mean? But I'm actually trying to gain weight, you know what I mean? Cause
it's funny you said gain weight because I know how much you love food. And I bought you some dinner.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is how y'all don't understand.
I bought you some dinner.
Listen, y'all don't understand.
Terrence really appreciates my cooking.
Y'all don't understand.
so funny you said gain weight.
That's what I'm saying.
I bought you some macaroni and cheese and some strawberries and what did I get you last time that you just said was so bomb? I just remade it for you.
She taught me how to make curry chicken in the oven with mayonnaise. I remember I ate that so much I got sick. Like if I smell it now, I'll be done.
Terrence.
Chicken breast with the
I did
the mushroom sauce.
Chicken. Oh yeah, curry chicken.
In the oven pan, just throw it in the 30, 45 minutes. Got the nice brown top. Oh my God, when you taught me that.
I told him how to cook because he kept on asking me to cook from all the time. I'm like, Terrence, we're busy. I'm going to teach you this.
I like it.
You're like, can you just at least teach me one time how to do it?
Give me like 3 meals.
So those are beef short ribs. I cooked them in the Instapot.
Oh, before we go, I have to ask you something because you're a cook too. But like, I don't mean to take up y'all time.
I'm a chef. No, we have plenty of time.
You're a chef. Check it out. We had this debate the other day on this other show that I was on, and they said this: are people who exclusively Instapot cook or air fry just as good as people on a stove?
You
Can you call yourself a cook?